Hello and welcome everyone back to my first episode finally of World Superbike 22 career mode. Now this has been about 10 or 11 days waiting because of all the broken glitches in this career mode, and finally we've got a patch from Milestone and I'm able to finally start playing career mode. Now in the background I've just sped up the career mode introduction. It's pretty standard like every other Milestone bike game. Pick a team member, blah blah blah. You could see I've picked the MIE Honda, I think it's called. It's one of the nicest liveries of the modern era, if you ask me. It's absolutely beautiful. You'll see me here now with my fellow teammates. I just love the kind of Castrol livery, the lovely Honda wing up the side of it. The white, it's really nice. It's just, I actually did not really realise how nice of a livery was in real life Superbikes, just because you never get any actual footage of this because it's pretty much always at the back. Now we jump into testing at Portimao. And unfortunately, as much as it is a gorgeous looking bike, it is a bit of a handful. Now the Honda in World Superbike is massively underdeveloped compared to every other category, you could say. It's pretty good in anything that doesn't require really well drilled electronics. It's quite good in BSB and other categories as such, but in the World Superbike category at the moment it's just lacking a small bit. So my goal is to bring it to the forefront on this beautiful livery. But we are coming up to finish my fastest lap of the test. We end up pretty close to the top. Closer than I imagined when I started off the session, being like 2 seconds off. We end up only a tenth off, and we end up going for the most powerful engine and the least tyre consumption frame pretty much. Now we jump into the weekend, our first weekend as a Superbike rider, and pretty much same as pre-season. First few laps we were 3 seconds off. We chipped away at it on a set of worn tyres. We didn't use power 3 at all in this session at all, just going around getting laps in, hitting my markers, getting the times down, and we ended up getting a 50.4. That is pretty much my race pace, and overall wasn't too unhappy with it. Felt pretty good, down in P15, so nothing too drastic to expect for round 1. Top rack down in P24, 7 seconds off. Now we are jumping into Superpole. You can see now we've stuck a brand new set of quali tyres in, pretty much the Pirelli quali tyres, so the SCQs I believe, and we go hell for leathers. Axel Bassani just comes out of the pit at the right time. Any couple of seconds later I would have been massively balked on my fast lap. It happened in free practice a few times. The pit lane exit is pretty poor on this track, but so far not a bad lap. Up the power 3, really utilising the extra grip down on traction 2, really using that rear tyre, and we're half a tenth under in sector 1, so I was on a really consistent lap here, really good. And this part of the track here, the reverse corkscrew, was really struggling with all weekend. When the bike had high grip it was okay, the bike would tip in, but as soon as the rear tyre goes off it just drifts its whole way in. We find a solution for in race too, but for the rest of the weekend we pretty much struggle with it. But through here in Superpole we can drift it, but in the race I've had to use slightly higher traction and it just started to balk my pace. Something I noticed as the race goes on, but we kind of can use it going forward, that the traction is very aggressive. Now of course it's underdeveloped at the moment on my bike, so maybe that is the reason why. But you can see now we're just a slight bit over in sector 2. We're coming up to the third sector split, brilliantly through the bus stop, get it up onto the far piece of the tyre, a bit of a drift out of the corner, up through the gears we go. What is sector 3 going to be like for us? It is just less than a tenth under, so we're on a brilliant lap at the moment. At the moment I'd have to say this Honda is a one lap wonder more than a race pace bike. Doesn't seem to be able to do it lap after lap. It really chews through the tyre and you really have to push it to get a good lap, but we slide out of the final corner and up the line 48.2, and we go 1.1 seconds quicker than Alex Lowe's. So we end up getting pole in the Superpole session, 0.576 quicker than Johnny Ray on the Kawasaki. Alvaro Bautista rounds out the front row for race 1. Now that looks great, qualified on pole. We won't be able to win the race. I know my pace is not there. The pace for the A around here is pretty ridiculous. I'm struggling to even get near them really, but let's jump over to race 1. So then for the race we have gone with the SC1 on the front, SC0 on the rear. Now I'm not too sure how these tyres going to help, because I did run them in FP1 for a good few laps and they work quite quick. The only way I feel like on this game I can get any sort of decent lap time is low TC and just go hell for leather. So over a race distance, I don't think that'll work for me, but we'll see how we get on. First race of a new season, a new career is always a bit nerve-wracking, so it's going to be interesting. We have, of course, with January right on our tail already, so it's going to be a difficult one, but I'm looking forward to it. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. And it is a poor start compared to the likes of Tobrick and Johnny Ray. And we're deep into one. We're actually off the track. We got all wrong on our first race start. There's people down behind us. We've dropped down to P7, unfortunately. I'm going to put my traction up a tiny bit just to maintain some rear tyre. That will definitely hamper my pace a bit, but we'll see how the race goes on and we'll adjust accordingly as always. Riding a bit tense early in this race, you can probably see it already. Oh, out onto the curb. That bloody curb kills you. So again, we're having an absolute nightmare race one from pole position. We're going to have to fight our way back through now. Oh, the bike does not feel good in the race. I don't know, is it me or the bike? I have a lot of corner entry issues. You can see I've already made 3 big mistakes. We're down behind Leon Haslam. We have a look into this left-hander. I'll just close the gap on them a small bit. Big train here early on now. I just want to get into a bit of a rhythm and then we'll look at getting some moves done. I'm not very comfortable yet in this race. There's the other bikes around me or whatever it is, but I'm not very confident in my ability. Got that all wrong. Jump out of there. But they are stupidly slow on the straight. We're going to save fuel, pull out the slipstream, mirror signal maneuver. Up the inside of our teammate. Small contact and we've gone wide again. Corner entry is absolutely killing me at the moment. All the positions gone. Probably might get him back into turn 1 though. As you can see, they're still slow. Have a look up the inside of Ponson. There is contact. He runs a touch wide. He did lean on my nose. Not much I could do. And again, we're back in behind Leon Haslam. Trying a different line in here. Maybe to surprise attack on Leon Haslam if they go touch wide. Just is an inch or 2 wide off the apex, but not enough for me to get past. Really cannot get this bike stopped in the race. Really struggling to pull it down to any sort of apex. And this isn't the first time all weekend we ran fuel in the bike. All my free practice laps were full tank of fuel on these tyres, so not really sure what's causing the issues. As the race goes on, we should get a bit quicker. Or so the AI, I reckon. Here we go again, so we'll have the straight line speed over the eye. Look at these positions we've made up. Break a bit earlier this time, that's us up the inside of one of the Barneys. Bernardi on the Ducati. One of our teammates, I believe, is Hafi Shireen behind. Should be more positions into turn 1. Back to P12. Oh, as Eugene Laverty, the other Irishman in the field, throws his M1S 10,000 Rs underneath me. Oh, and he's slow out at 2 though. He's starting to hold me up. Gonna have to look over up the inside. Not really doing it there. Maybe into the next right-hander. Difficult right-hander though to get a stop, so I don't know if I'll be able to make a move. Haven't hit this apex yet in this race, and I continue that trend quite nicely. So that's Scott Redding. This Lars Baz is one of the other BMW boys. We just get him on the run into the reverse corkscrew. We're deep again. Oh, his contact. Jeez, I'm lucky to stay on there. Eugene has really got me in the middle sector. But he's very slow out of there. Oh, again, the bike does not want to behave on the brakes. Quick look as we rejoined. Oh, it was a pretty slow rejoin on the race line, so I just let them through. The bottle just ending up me inside again as I was very wide. Slipstream City, and that is us past Baz. Eugene has leaped away. We should just catch them up before we break. Having massive understeer in the race. Really don't know what's going on with this bike. And the 1 minute 51, so we're so far off my pace at the moment. I was doing low 50s in practice. Don't really know where the pace has gone. We'll just stick behind Laverty though. We're doing well. If we can just stick with him, he's a much more experienced rider on a probably more developed machine than mine. Got it that time around. Maybe hit the apex this time. Just about. So I reckon early on this Honda in the season is a pretty wild one-lap machine, a bit like Eco Lacona in Catalunya. Very good over the one lap, just not there in race trim though. That's what I'm starting to feel like at the moment. So we have a great qualifying machine, but not a good lap after lap machine in the races. But we're biting in here quite well. We're going to go for it on Eugene. Tighter line though. Oh, he leans on me, I have to pick it up. At fears of crashing and taking both Irish out of the race. Alright, we should have no problem passing him and then getting off the back of Rinaldi out of here. On the slipstream. Into 6th gear. Put the fuel back down, we're really good on fuel. Throw it into turn 16. That is Lacona, I believe Rinaldi and Scott Redding. I can't see who the other rider is. Could be maybe the other Yamaha. Oh, up the inside 3 we go into turn 1. We're up behind Scott Redding, back into top 9. And it is the other Yamaha of Gerloff, actually. I wasn't sure if it was Gerloff. So we're behind the group once again. We've lowered our traction to traction 2, what we were running in practice and qualifying. Hasn't really made any difference. The bike is really hard to ride still. We are, of course, really good on the straight. A small bit of a send up the factory Honda. We have a lot of fuel. We're going to run power 3 to the end, I reckon. Return it tighter. These have so much more edge grip. Even with me squaring it off on power 3, I could barely get ahead of them. Now, can we stay ahead of Scott Redding for the remainder of this lap to the line? Top 8 would be pretty good on our debut in race 1 here. It's probably the first time I haven't been passed back into turn 1 this race. Or touch wide. Just had to pick it up a bit earlier there than I would have liked. Oh, we're deep here as well, are we? Oh, we're asking so much of this front tyre in this part of the race. We're so close. My only solace is the back straight. We get out of here well, I reckon it's done. Oh, BMW up me inside. Just about squared it off to keep ahead of him. Oh, we're deep in here. We just managed to pull it down. Oh, Jesus, curbs. Another curve, absolutely taking the piss out of me. Oh, couldn't tip in. I've so little rear grip now, it's not even funny. Even if I'm that close, I don't reckon they'll get near me. Yeah, we're going to pull away. We should have P8. Thanks to some stupid game physics. Provided we don't absolutely send it to the middle of nowhere. So it's Locatelli and Lowe's ahead of us. So two factory riders, us on a independent team Honda in our debut. P8, not too bad at all. So it was Alvaro Bautista coming away with the victory, not surprising with the length of that back straight on that V4. Jonathan Rea ending in P2, a tenth and a half ahead of Top Rack, and another 10 back was Axel Bassani, so two Ducatis within a second of each other, split by the 6-time world champion and the current world champion. Van der Mark in P5, just a couple of thousandths ahead of Andrea Locatelli, and Lowe's just about a second and a half ahead of me. I come on P8. Scott Redding getting a much better result in Aragon than he did in real life, and Garrett Gerloff rounding off the top 10. So finally these championship standings are working correctly. We are P8 thanks to points and not due to fastest lap. So we actually should be able to play this now pretty comfortably. So for this Superpole race, we're going to go for a gamble. We've gone for an SEX on the rear. Of course, it is a much shorter race, so we might have some sort of better results. If we can get away at the front, I reckon if we don't run off track like 6 times on lap 1, we might actually be able to stick with them. Our pace wasn't terrible in race 1. Here we go. What can we do in SP? Oh, it's a terrible start once again, and again, Top Rack. And Johnny Ray with the brilliant start down into turn 1, and again, just about keeping it on track. Crash for the back. Carbon copy of race 1 this. We're going to see what we can do. See, can we stick with these guys with the SCX on the rear? I don't know how well that will last for 4 laps. Oh, front end pushing massively. It's Locatelli on the outside. Much better start this one though. Oh, contact between me and the second of the Yamaha riders. He tips in on me, the bastard. Reverse corkscrew, one of my nemesis on this track. The bike just slides the whole way in. It does not want to turn in at all. Already I'm smoking this rear Pirelli. This has probably been a terrible decision, but it's keeping us in the top 6 early on. And with this stupid straight line speed down the back straight, it might actually keep us in a decent position for this race. Looking nice and early for this right-hander, getting the apex like that. I've just pushed the entry here just to defend from Locatelli. And they hit the brick wall. Save my fuel, sprint to slipstream of Van der Mark. And that is us back ahead of the factory BMW rider. For a couple of corners at least. We're going to have a very spent rear tyre on lap 4, I reckon, because we looked like we was about a third already. Very risky strategies here. But it is what it is. We have to go for something to get us into the ballpark of the front riders. Taking some serious risks. Looks like Bassani is quite quick on this game, but look at it, he's sticking with the front 3. It's JR out in front. Nordish Irishman is doing bits in Aragon. Will he stay there though? I do not know. Oh, I risked it all there to try and get it stopped. We haven't. We've rejoined the track just ahead on the curb again. Jesus, curbs. I reckon the Yamaha is going to appear on my inside, what they call it. Followed by another BMW. Oh, there's no room there. Alex is not happy, waving his hands about. Once again though, our stupid straight line speed gets us back. And that is us back into P5, but we're wide. Get out of this last corner, get it up onto the fat piece of the tyre. 49.1 for Axel Bassani. We're in the high 50s. Lap 3 of 4 now. Oh, big mistake turning into early there. And keep some track position for this race. The front four have left us for dust. Let's see what we can do. We're understeering onto that bloody curb. That curb will eat you. You can hear the hungry horde behind me. A bit of short shifting now to save as much rear tyre as I can because I can feel it. Not playing ball. Overall, this has been a pretty decent lap for me so far. But look at that. That's the same, the bowling ball in front of everyone. Oh, they've cut me underneath. We have to stay on track here. At least they have slow again through here so we can overtake them. And this time we do make the apex and stay on track in turn 12. Turn 13 doesn't kill us this time around. Oh, they carry so much more entry speed than I can through there. I'm going to go defensive in here because I'll beat them out of the corner. And away we go. So we need to build a big gap now. Just so we can kind of get away for the start of the last lap. Hopefully they don't try and undercut us now coming out of here like they did a few times. I'm actually a bit more rear tyre than I was expecting. 50.4, my fast lap 1.4 off of Xavi Vieja on the factory Honda. Half a lap to go. They're P5 in the Superpole Race. Again, we're quite slow out here. Bit of power 3. Let's just keep us far enough ahead. Once we get to straight, we should be okay. Oh, we've made a balls of this again, though. We have made a balls of this. Oh, I really need to figure out how to get this Honda stop with any of these bikes in this game. Oh, they're going to be super close. The rear tyre is locked. I'm going to go literally on the curb to go so defensive. Thankfully, they'll put on the handbrake. Bye-bye. And we have P5 secured, which is very, very nice in Superpole Race. Means we'll be starting from P5 in Race 2. Don't know how much of this I can do in Race 2. I reckon eventually they will get me. It was the fact I had just a super soft rear tyre in. Big wheel across the line. P5 the Superpole Race is a good result for me. So is JR who wins it. The 6-time world champ wins the first Superpole Race of the season. A 10th ahead of Toprak, 2 tenths ahead of Alvaro, and 7 tenths ahead of Axel Bassini. Then me all the way 5 seconds back. We ended up only 1.2 off in the fastest laps. You can see all the AI's lap behind me are nearly pretty much identical, meaning they were massively held up. So if they got ahead of me, they probably would have pulled away in most of the track, and then I probably would have repassed them on the straights. Let's have a look at the championship. That puts me into P7, already nearly a race win of 19 points behind. So it's going to be tough. 0 points separating Johnny and Alvaro. Toprak 7 behind. So we already have our favourites, Toprak, Johnny and Bautista out front. So roll on Race 2. Let's see how it goes. So we've gone with the development tyre on the front, the D4. We need something on the front end. We cannot get the bike into the corner. It's a bit of a risk considering we haven't used it all weekend to try it in the Race 2. But we might as well give it a go. Here we go. Race 2 is upon us. Good start is needed. Not really. Gonna go a bit aggressive into 1. Picking up Axel Bassani. And it made no difference because we still ran wide. Again, we're going to put the traction up nice and early, see if we save with a rear tyre. So at the moment now we're kind of behind all the factory bikes, so we have a big moment into turn 5. I might rule the decision to try the development tyre on the front. A big issues in race 1, getting the bike into the corner. We're behind our teammate of half-ish now. Doesn't seem much better, to be brutally honest. Again, we plummeted in the long race straight away. Yeah, behind us. That's strange to see him so far down, considering he's so quick in the Superpole Race. Lap time wise, but also didn't have a good finishing position. If it wasn't for the stupid straight line speed glitch that the AI have, I'd be so slow on this career mode. Terrible exit there as well. Bishop on handbrake now. Did it a bit later this time, so we're getting a bit more. We're kind of learning. I didn't catch the group in front like I would, but that is probably for the best. Oh, understeer, almost off the track. We're looking to turn 1 on a few of these. More brake early because I had so much of an overspeed. Probably would end up into the side of some of them. Serene, my ass in front. On traction 3, the bike just feels so lethargic on corner exit. I feel like I have no punch at all. But I have to do something to save that rear tyre until the latter stages where I can give it a bit of welly and push it. Yeah, he steps past us, makes a nice move. Again though, the bike does not want to turn in for that. Reverse corkscrew. Oh, contact between us and Panderini. The Italian give me a little kick up the back. That Ducati will get out of there really well, I'd imagine. And it does, but we'll just have to pick up now. Try to move around the outside, should get that stock comfortably. And we do. Nice overtake. Front on the move though. This development tire does not feel great. Does seem to wear a bit less though. Or maybe I'm imagining it as, again, like a punted wide this time. Auto just give me a piece of his mind. And we're back here now with Axel Bassani. What happened to you? Oh yeah, I pushed you wide. Sorry, bro. Yeah, the AI are definitely learning because they're nowhere near as slow on the straight now. It's quite weird. Oh, we got that wrong. No, I haven't. Macaro ahead, our other teammate. Bernardi turning underneath us. Along with Leon Haslam. Oh no, it's not, it's Koenig. Haslam is behind me. Our pace is so bad, 52s. We are nowhere near in the race. Oh, and up the back we get smacked. They are really aggressive in race 2 for some reason. I reckon that it's the development tire, but I could be wrong. I'm going to turn traction now because I need some sort of speed. I need to find some sort of speed, and it's not really going to come by doing that. So on the previous lap round we set our personal best, but we haven't got anywhere near the guys in front at 50.4, so pretty much where we're at. I've made an adjustment to my engine brake to make it maybe a bit less squirrely on corner entry. Don't know if it's worked there yet or not. Front tyre is wearing massively, so I reckon the development tyre was a mistake. There's a big group here though, but they have massively picked up a pace on the straight, so we're not gaining anything on them. So this is probably what race 1 would have looked like if we didn't have that kind of stupid straight line speed, get out of jail free card. But we had a few moments on the front where I thought I was going to lose it and tip off into the gravel. We just ran wide a few times saving it, but I wouldn't be surprised if I do bin it in these last laps trying to catch and pass some of these guys. Haslam 3 tenths behind. You can see now how little we gain on them compared to the earlier races anyway. Just get to the back of Koenig before we need to brake and tip in. Again, look how much the front pushes. I just can't hold the line like they can. A bit more entry speed as well probably isn't helping. Another fastest lap this time, and we're onto the 49.5. That was a cracking lap. So maybe it was. Hey! What the hell was that? Number 2, who's that? Oh, we shouldn't have looked going through a corner. Tamburini it was, and he's now behind me again. So maybe it's the engine brake that's causing me issues on corner entry, not the front pushing. Front is definitely not causing me any help in this race though. I'll just pick Nozeni up off the racing line. But again, they just send it back to turn 7. I'm really overusing my rear tyre, which surprisingly is hanging in there. Definitely better through the course because I said that we screwed up on exit. See just how much the bike wants to pivot on the rear. Oh, mistake from Berardi. Just want to save small with the fuel for the last lap. Oh, that's the send, that's the send, that's the send. Oh, we have to pick them right up there. Sorry, Bernardi. Didn't mean to be so aggressive with it. Can we get back to the points? Oh, he's giving it back with interest. In fairness, I did deserve it. But he's hanging for his run out here, I imagine. That V4 is ridiculous, but we have slipstream. Alright, power 3 to the end, I'd imagine will do. Oh, Peter Huddle. Or Philip Huddle. Peter is his father. Oh, I nearly took him out, no matter which one he was. Good run to the line again. Can we outbreak all of these? Yes, we can. That's ahead of Eugene. We're back to P10 somehow. He's going to tip in underneath us, so we just couldn't get the line down. Oh, we've come alive in the last few laps here in the Aragon Race too. Avoid that curb or you will die. Oh, Eugene really held me up through here. I'm going to have to look to the inside. See, now I actually have to make moves because I don't have the easy overtakes of this straight. Oh, he's just parking it everywhere where it needs to be. Oh, the rear end just rotated so good there for me. And we get him in here. Big mistake. Oh, we shot our powder too early. Oh, no, not that curb. Oh, massive collision with Baz. We are picking him up to the curb. Don't know if we can get back to Lacona. Oh, we gain a lot up the straight there. We got stopped, kind of, as well. It's jumping across the inside curb. So much wheel spin out there. We're going to be cautious on entry. Took a lot of curve for someone being cautious. Or can we get him to the line? Up through the box we go. Into 6th gear. We should have P10. Which is some recovery right, considering that is the top 4 there in front of me. On deep. Out of the last corner. It's going to be some recovery right for me. 0.3 off the fastest lap and a P10. Definitely think we found something in that race by jumping down to engine brake 3. So Irish 10 and 11, so not too bad for us. The big thing for me is the fastest lap. We were faster than everyone bar the front 3. So if we could understand the pace and use it a bit better, we could actually have been probably P4 in that race, which is splendid. So unfortunately we dropped to P8 in the championship, that time around 38 points off. Johnny Ray with the win in race 2, and Superpole takes the lead, 9 points out of Alvaro, 12 ahead of Top Rack. It's going to be a great season once again for them. Honda unfortunately is P5 in the constructors, but to be fair, Kawasaki, Ducati, Yamaha, you'd expect to be 1, 2 and 3 in some order, and BMW 4th and 5th with Honda. So our battle this year really is with BMW. Unfortunately, we're not going to come close to Yamaha, Ducati or Kawasaki. So Yeah, we just need to beat the BMWs. That is our main goal this year. So then I hope you have enjoyed episode 1 of this Superbike 22 career. Now it's been a long time coming and I'm glad it's here. It was a bit of fun, a bit frustrating, but we definitely think I found something with the engine brake 3 setting in race 2 halfway through. Bit of a gamble. Just felt like the rear was locking up so much on the downshifts, it was floating in. And now I probably lost a bit of braking performance, but the fact I found so much pace on the last couple of laps springs to mind that there might be something in it, a bit more wheels in line, a bit more corner speed to it. But I'm going to end it there. If you did enjoy today's episode, drop a like, subscribe to see more, and I shall catch you all in the not so distant future. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.